So the One Piece Premium Booster 2 just got a huge reveal release schedule, everything right in a championship last night. And I wanted to go over some of the reprints, obviously very hype. Cavendish, Bon Clay, a lot of things people were hoping for being shown off. So very hype. I want to preface this saying be mindful of timeline if you have any events coming up and knowing when you can rely on these premium booster cards for anything, right? So if we take a look at the official release schedule, right? The premium booster is going to be releasing in October. And then we have here some dates for tournaments coming up, right? Some finals and everything like offline regionals, stuff like that happening obviously way before then. So unfortunately, if there's any decks that will need some of these cards, right? Obviously, set 12 is going to be coming out before that even. So if you need any cards, for example, like Green Zoro, needing Cavendish, hopefully prices are already going down. I think they are for some cards. Some cards are staying kind of stable. Maybe we look at prices here and there, but if you need cards for those tournaments, for those new decks, be mindful. Premium Booster 2 won't be out yet. But very exciting news for the community. People that have been looking to make decks with some of these cards that have been priced out of. I know I've talked about price with a lot of the decks that I show off, so it's very cool to see. I mean, we've got Cavendish, Secret Law, so many. So even from just here, we can see a good amount of secret rares, right? Rayleigh, the PRB02 Luffy, Cavendish, Tashigi, Sanji. These are all pretty expensive. SRs as well here. The Star Deck Whitebeard, the secret rare Sanji. Obviously, that's also, spoiler alert, getting a manga. Very cool to see. We've got Bon Clay, Brook already dropping price. I've seen like that. A lot of the zero cost events, which you wouldn't expect until you looked at the price of, but if they've been used, like the purple one is Straw Hat, so it's been used in a lot of the green purple and the blue purple deck, right? Obviously that's been pretty expensive. We got secret rare Zoro, Rosinante Carrot, the Chopper 2K counter was actually pretty pricey for a bit during set 10, but big hits obviously. Finger Pistol, Bon Clay, the Fable Bon Clay reprint is here. Very nice. The Shirahoshi Blocker, also a pretty pricey one, showing off some of the new patterns. That Luffy there is from like a binder collection, so previously pretty hard to get. We've got the 2K counter Sabo that I showed off in, I believe, the Bella Betty video. That's very nice for that deck. Obviously getting a reprint will be very nice and make that deck way more affordable again. So shout out to Bella Betty. Looking at some of the alt arts, obviously we like it, right? Let me just move out of the way here. That Chopper, very nice. The Shanks, again, the zero cost events, some of them were pretty cheap. Like the yellow one wasn't crazy, but the purple one from like way back, right? Even the red, the Bad Manners Kick Course, saw some price increase with Shanks and such in OP09. But a lot of these alt arts, very cool. Very cool. Usohachi, very nice to see that getting an alt art and just more reprints. That card was really pricey for just a starter deck card. Obviously, a little bit shocking about the Marie Joie, the stage, but we don't really have a like Celestial Dragon type leader that will like go with this. So maybe we'll see something like that coming up. It's always fun to speculate too with these card reveals of maybe possible leaders and like more support coming out. However, I will preface this. A lot of people saying also more cards showing off alt arts, very nice. That Doflamingo is a nice new card that Jinbei will talk about. But yeah, very cool stuff. That Marco, really nice. We got some of the Gold Don, the Buggy. Just want to go over this. We have the Shanks. I just want to show off this one. It's so cool, so nice. The Luffy we've seen, the Buggy, very nice. Teach, obviously they did an amazing job with all the Don. We got Caesar Clown, Carrot, is that Lucci? Yeah. Pudding, Sugar, Boa, a ton of great characters. Very nice work on this Don. And some of the SPs for this are very, very cool. But getting back to it, obviously, talk of bands too come along with this as well, because these SPs are really nice, right? The big thing people talking about, Gum Gum Giant, the event, is getting a like manga style reprint with other events that we'll see here, like these style events that we've seen in the past. And does that mean Gum Gum Giant is not getting banned? That's an amazing card, by the way. I think even if it does get hit, this will still be obviously pretty pricey because it's like a manga event card, so they're rare. But also, we saw the 8-cost Gecko Moria got a reprint and alt art in Premium Booster 1, and then shortly after getting banned, I think it was like a couple months, but still pretty shortly after getting banned. Does that mean Gum Gum Giant is safe? No, it does not. Gum Gum Giant can still be up on the chopping block, right? But these are very, very cool cards. Again, Premium Booster is a set similar to EBO and the other Premium Booster, right? They don't get reprinted continuously all the time. If you live near like official stores, sometimes you can find like restocks, but overall, the longer the set is out, the harder the cards are to get. So if you're looking for reprints of these cards, realistically, you should try and pick up some of these when they become cheap, like the regular SRs, obviously. Like if you're missing your playset of Cavendish, once that price tanks, I would recommend picking it up, because we've seen with Hody Jones, that's another SR that was reprinted in Premium Booster 1 and was pretty cheap in the beginning, but since it's been so long since that card came out in Premium Booster 1, and since that set came out, the price has steadily come back up. So make sure you pick up what you need when you can pick it up. So let's get into some of the new cards. Also, we have the Manga Sanji. Still don't know if there's going to be any like God pack with all the manga rares we saw in Premium Booster 1. Obviously, that God pack made the set insanely hype. People were ripping it like crazy just for that. Even the starter decks that contain a single pack of it were being bought up like crazy, scalped, all that stuff, because of the hype around the chance at a God pack. So I don't know if they've talked about that particularly yet. I don't know if that's confirmed, but this is the regular manga for the set, similar to how we had the Premium Booster 1 Nami manga. Again, this is the 9-cost Sanji. Does that mean that this won't be banned in the future? I don't know if this needs to get banned for Blue Purple Luffy. Truthfully, it's a really strong card, yeah, but I don't think they would ban a manga card. Truly, that'd be a pretty big hit. It's still up in the air. I don't know. Anything could happen, but I highly doubt they ever ban a card that is a manga. I feel like that would be a really big hit for collectors and people that want to buy product, right? They want people to buy an open product. So why would you buy something when the chase card is banned in the TCG? Obviously, it's still collectible. It's still a manga, but talking about bans and speculation based off of what's getting reprinted, you know, not everything that's getting reprinted is a sign that that card is here to stay. Things can come in and out of the ban list. We've seen that before too, so who knows. But let's get into some of the new cards, shall we? It's pretty exciting. Premium Booster 1 didn't have, obviously, more than one new card, right? It was just the Sanji leader, but Premium Booster 2 is adding a lot of support, and pretty good support if you've seen it. But real quick, going over some of the new cards that were revealed just recently, right? We got Jinbei 7 Warlords support, so for some Blue Dofi. 451, on play, search, look top 5 for 7 Warlords of the Sea other than Jinbei, and then also when attacking, you can bottom deck a 1 or less to the owner's deck. If this was like a higher stat, like maybe it could have been for Boa, I don't know. I would have loved to see some more Boa support, but could be pretty good. Obviously, if you're cheating this off of Blue Doflamingo, you're replacing him in hand with that search, which is insane value. We got the 7-cost Pudding, which seems really good. A 7/5 1 on play, Don -2 if your leader's Big Mom Pirates type, and your opponent has 6 or more Don cards on the field. You draw 2, And then you can play a Big Mom Pirates character with a power from 6,000 to 8,000, so you can cheat out the 8-cost Katakuri, which is crazy. She also has 5k power, so she can at least swing. But yeah, pretty good value on a card, right? Draw 2, cheat out a body that's a pretty big body. Again, that like kind of stipulation where your opponent has to be at a certain dawn, so you're not like ramping so fast into this, giving your opponent at least a chance to catch up. We get the Marco, that's just a 4/6 blocker on KO, draw 2, which is really nice. Just really good value blocker for Marco. Crazy art, I really love it. We got Boa, which I looked at this and I immediately thought about for Robin, to be honest, because it's relying and specifying like around trigger, right? It's Boa Hancock, 5/7. On play, discard 1 card with trigger from your hand. Your opponent's rested leader or character other than Monkey D. Luffy cannot attack till the end of your opponent's next turn. And then trigger KO one of your opponent's characters with the cost of 4 or less. Very unfortunate that we're in a very Luffy heavy meta, right? Very unfortunate. So many Luffy leaders that we care about. So yeah, we'll see how much this gets play. If it is actually good support for Robin. I think it's nice. It's got a decent stat line, right? It's got that. Boa always has like the vanilla stat line, but also this really good stun effect, or not stun effect, but like prevent from attacking effect. Similar to the blue Boa Hancock that does the same thing, but doesn't have to discard. It has a 6/8 stat line. But really nice trigger, 2 to KO a 4 or less. Not bad. Yeah, really nice card. All the art for this is just so phenomenal. We got the 4/4 2k counter Zoro blocker. If this character would be arrested by your opponent's effect, we said rest one of your other characters. So as long as you have another character to rest, right? If they're going to go for a game with like a Hody Jones, for example, you get to keep one of your blockers, and he's a 2k. Really cool. We got the Doflamingo 4/6/1. Very nice, just basic, a blocker on play if your leader's multicolored. You ramp 1 rested. Obviously, this could be good for the Don Quixote Pirates leaders, right? With green, purple Dofi or Sugar mainly, but it's not leader locked. All you have to be is multicolored. One of them being purple. Obviously, we have blue, purple Luffy. I don't know. This could be really good support for him. I've already seen lists running the Don Quixote Pirates package. A lot of the cards from that. So who knows? Who knows? Could be some decent ramp options. A 5/6 blocker too. Then we got Ace, which a lot of people have been looking at this as Black Yellow Luffy coming back. He is a 5/7 on play. Unfortunate against Blackbeard though. If you have a face-up life card, you can play a cost 2 Sabo, Ace, or Luffy from your trash or hand. Obviously, that's recycling the kid version, so you can play out the adult versions, which is Black Yellow Luffy's entire cycle. Obviously, this isn't as crazy as Gecko Moria, right? Establishing 8 and 9. They brought back 2 of them. However, there's definitely combos you can do with this to get 2 bodies out per turn, right? You could cheat out the Ace, then that would cheat out another character, right? Very decent value, very good value. I guess Black Yellow Luffy players are rejoicing. I don't know. I haven't really played the deck too much, but it does seem like really good support. Let me know what you guys think of that. We got Sabo, pretty basic, but just an SR, a 6/6 blocker, but you have 15 more cards in trash. This card in your hand gives -3 cost. It's Dressrosa typing and also Rebel Army. Obviously, Dressrosa Rebecca puts a lot of cards in trash. So do some other Dressrosa leaders. I don't know if Usopp would run this, right? I don't know. It's very nice to have like a big blocker for 3 Dawn. Similar to like the Sanji. It's also a 2k counter, right? So you can't go wrong with that. It's a nice viable 2k counter option for a lot of decks. We'll see. Love the art. We got Otama. This was revealed a little bit ago, but I wanted to talk about it because of Yamato. We have so many options in like Wano builds now for 2k counters. There's so many. There's actually so many. I don't know. This one seems like some decent support, right? We already had... let's go over first. 2 counter, activate main. You may rest this character. Add 1 card from the top and bottom of your life to your hand, which is unfortunate because we do have a lot of trigger bodies that we'd like to have put out. But if you're getting starved, that's good. Your leader gets plus 3,000 power during this turn. Trigger, rest one of your opponent's cost 4 or less characters. So nice that if you're getting starved out, that can help you. We already had a 2-Don activate main, trash this character, get plus 3,000 power card. But this rests itself, so you can do it multiple times. Pretty expensive to be taking life that much though, but when your leader has double attack and you can give banish almost every turn, this can get pretty aggressive, so your opponent will probably just want to swing into this. That kind of acts like a blocker, right? I don't know. I'll have to test this out personally to see if I want to use it or not. But yeah, definitely some really cool new cards. And again, going over the reveals, I mainly just wanted to talk about the fact that, hey, we got Cavendish. Isn't that hype? I've made so many deck profiles for green videos, Bonnie, Zora, and I always see the comments and I feel bad. Like, is there an alternative Cavendish? Not really in terms of the value you get. Obviously, there's like the 5-cost smoker that gets you back 1 Don, but it's not the same as Cavendish. It really isn't. And now we have a reprint. So I'm hoping that card just goes down in the... I don't care. I want people to play the game. I want people to get the SRs they need. I don't care if alt arts or SPs or mangas or anything is expensive. I want people, if they just want to play the game, to be able to get the regular SRs they need to play the decks that they want to, right? We've had way too long. These cards from EB01 were crazy priced, and it really wasn't benefiting the community, in my opinion. It really wasn't. New players coming in just had a horrible time, and I feel like it just dissuades people from trying to join the game if they can't get even like some off-meta decks they want to run with it, and they're still having to put out like a few $100 for their decks. It is kind of crazy. I know at the end of the day it's a hobby, and like, you know, you have to be mindful with your financial responsibility with like picking up a hobby, but I don't feel like a hobby should have to, you know, if you're just going to locals, I don't feel like you should have to put out like that much. I don't know. So I'm glad that these things are getting reprinted. That's my little rant and tangent. I am glad that the prices will go down and stabilize. And who knows? Like I said, in a year's time, these reprints might not even matter because the prices might go back up, and also we're going to be experiencing rotation, so everything's kind of getting thrown for a loop, right? But really cool to see we're getting reprints of what we're getting reprints of. But yeah, rejoice and be hype about the new reprints. Again, be on the lookout for when these cards go down in price, because they will go back up again if they are still being used, depending on ban list, depending on anything, depending on rotation and whatnot and all that. But for some of these newer cards like the EB02 Luffy that's not going to be put out of rotation for a long time, we want to pick this up when it's cheap. We want to get our secret rares and SRs that we need to play the game when they're cheap. So be on the lookout for that. But in not just a practical stance of playing the game, I'm very hype and very excited about these alt arts and everything. Like the Gold Dawn, it's just amazing. It's really cool. I pulled a few of them myself back in Premium Booster 1. The alt arts are always cool. The art is fantastic and amazing. And again, so many good cards that we need are getting reprinted. So yeah, let me know down in the comments what you're excited about. Again, just want to make a quick video talking about how hype I am for these reprints. Let me know what you're excited about, alt art, reprint, or what. What's your favorite Gold Dawn? Very, very exciting to see. But yeah, let me know down in those comments what you're hype about for Premium Booster 2, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.